say, I'm gonna have to know I'm alone.
Is this good enough?
I can hear you.
Oh.
Oh, I love him. He's gonna go explore. Anyways, hi guys, good morning. Let me make sure there's no tabs in the way. Okay, yeah, there's not. Okay. Um, so I suppose for those who snoop around my channel for maybe a good bit, ran into those 3 videos of me in my convict avatar, and I was in a church talking in VR chat. Yes, it's a little thing I do with my friends because bonding, and I want to share my faith with others, so that's what I do. And now I will be trying to do that on this channel as well to get the word further, because God's done great in my life. I've seen him do well, and I'm just hoping the same for others. I make this video today because I just want to get that word out, and awareness. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't. In this video, I feel like I'm just probably going to be rambling, and a lot of parts I'll be cutting because, uh, yeah. Um, I've been on VR chat for maybe 3-ish years. I know I could just check it in my menu, but I'm not going to right now. Um, you know what? Let me. Actually, no, I'm not gonna say that. That testimony's for another day. It's nothing outrageous, but only the Lord can know that right now. I'm not sharing it yet. I'll say that I was in had some sinful habits that I just carried around like a backpack. And just put it in that kind way, and finally let go of it now. I'm going to start off the story like this. I've always been this Christian. Oh, I forgot about that. I always been this Christian. Now my hands are okay. You get my deal. My family has always been on the Christian side, and I'm blessed to have a family like that. Because I know ones that don't, they it's it's a different story, I'll say the least. And for those who don't follow Christ, I know some of you actually have a decent life. I've seen it. This is going to be maybe a vent-like video. I'm not asking for help, but I would like to be prayed for, because these last few days I've been going through a lot of frustration over some things, so since I'm in a family that follows Christianity, I went to church and all that stuff, just like any other, kid would have to, because their parents go. So this is a normal thing. And I go as usual, doing the usual, and I just go along with it. Uh, I wasn't taking it serious. I just thought this was a tradition thing. I never questioned it. I got a request invite. 5 seconds. Continuing what I was saying though, I was the infamous, very common thing today called um, lukewarm Christians. Christians that kind of do Christian things, though aren't taking it as serious as usual. So, um, I used to be one of those. I was just copying what my family does, though. I never really put work into it. Sorry, I am hearing things. And as time went on, I just I believed, but that was it. I believed, but didn't really show it. I used to always shy away from talking about this because a lot of people don't like it. They don't like what Christians have to say. And back then, in the beginning, I wasn't bothered. As time went on, it started bothering me, though I still wasn't taking it serious yet. I was honestly wondering, why do people hate Christianity? That's a question that always lingered in my mind for a bit, but not anymore. I'm sure everybody knows what's happening around the world now, mainly in America. I don't know what's happening in the other countries. That's not my business. Though, I'm not getting into this other stuff that's happening in America either. There's been a lot of hate, a lot of disasters. It's, it's honestly sad. It is. What's that noise? I keep hearing things. Ah! I wonder how my voice sounds like. This is like monotone. It sounds weird in my head, and then when I go back to look at it, I'm going to probably cringe. and wanted to scratch my skin off. Oh, that's the billiard table. Never mind. It's the pool table. It's the pool table. Okay. Oh, hey. Two of my friends are in the world right now. Well, no, let me get that right. One friend and my beloved boyfriend. Actually, I'm gonna get on to him in a second. Um, so back to this thing where I'm getting mad because people are hating on Christianity. I honestly don't know where else I went from there, but I hated it though. I didn't do anything about it. Um, but with everything happening around the world, and for those who are already aware and have read the Bible and all that stuff, I will admit I have not read the whole Bible yet. I'm working on it. I need to work on it some more. But yeah, I'm sure plenty have already heard about the biblical prophecy of Jesus coming back and all this stuff would happen before he comes back. And after I heard that, and then I'm looking at today, I'm like, wow, so this is actually serious. What do I do? And then I try to get into it. I try to take this stuff more seriously. But then there's that thing in the back of my mind. It's like, what am I doing? Is am I just going crazy for no reason? Am I going wild? Am I what is wrong with me? I was dealing with a lot of insecurity and doubt, and by this time I'm on VR chat. Yeah, by this time I'm on VR chat. All the other stuff was, you know, my life going on. VR chat's the part now where I'm starting to see all this stuff happen, and well, not okay. I'm not saying this stuff is happening on VR chat. I'm talking about in general, out in the world, all that stuff. Yeah. Um, I found it hard to have faith because I felt like I was making a big deal for no reason. Um, and this doubt was biting at me every day. It was really making me unhappy. Very. Felt insecure about myself. But I didn't know what to do. So I did what I could do. I turned to my dad for advice. When I was trying to take this when I was trying to take this stuff more seriously, and I was just struggling with doubt, I turned to my dad. Um, Actually, I skipped the part. So about that loving boyfriend of mine, that is over there, somewhere over there, playing pool with my other friend. He re he reminded me about Christianity because I always like brush it off and push it off like it's just a little extension piece to life. Though he reminded me about it, and I started putting more of an effort after that. And then that's when all this worldly stuff started happening. And then I'm at the part where I turn to my dad to help me with this doubt. Now, for those who, I know there's plenty of you that don't believe something. If you can't see it, you don't believe it. That was messing with me when it came to this doubt thing. Cause like I was like, am I going crazy? And then on top of that, since I wasn't fully sure and I like didn't know, I was I was fearing death. I was scared of death. I was scared what would happen after I die. Even though I'm only 16, about to turn 17 next month. I worried about it. So I'm like nowhere near death, but then again, not every day is guaranteed. Not every day is promised. There could be a day where I don't wake up and that is what it is. Or I'm walking out in public and I get killed. Anything could happen. So yeah, I was afraid. Went to my dad, and for those who this personally helped me. For those who want your proof, not only do you see other people's lives changing once they accepted Christ, there's obvious signs of them changing. There's obvious signs of prayers being answered. I've had prayers answered, and it's been great. Now, not every prayer will be answered immediately. God's answers are either yes, no, or not yet. So that's just how it is. And if you think it's a no, maybe it's not a no, maybe it's a not yet, because something I've learned, and I definitely believe I'm going through a trial right now where my faith is, it feels off because of this frustration I'm going through as of right now. Definitely a trial. I could understand it. I'm probably going through this trial to strengthen my faith because I'm over here questioning it again. I'm questioning as if my salvation is even true. Is my faith genuine? But for those who want concrete proof, I'm probably gonna put like links of this in the description, maybe. Even if I make this video public, I don't know. Um, this video's probably not gonna be that edited because I feel like everything I'm saying, it has to get out. So I probably shouldn't cut anything of this off, but mm, for those who want your proof, physical, there are a few. And I know some people are still gonna say things like, oh, this was framed, somebody did this, somebody did that or did this, just try and prove their point or like make something fake to make people believe. But listen, alright. So, I'm gonna start off with the first one. I'm sure plenty of you already know about the story of Moses saving those slaves from Egypt and going through the Red Sea. God split the sea, and Moses was leading the slaves away from Egypt, and as they were going, and the sea was split, which sounds unrealistic, I know, but they're going, and as they're going, the Egyptian army was told to go after them again because Pharaoh was like angry at them. I mean, yeah, this is just and so the Egyptian army goes after them, and as the army tries to go after them, God closes the sea, the part of the sea where they're at. He closes the sea and gets rid of them. And the part where this gets onto the proof section, today or sometime in the past, I don't know, but I know this now. Um, when the Egyptian army went after them, back then they didn't have cars, they didn't have, they didn't have planes, they didn't have any of that. Though they did have chariots. They had chariots and horses. So as they were going along and the sea got closed up on them, those chariots were left there. Now, wood and water obviously degrades over time. However, if there is something in the water, as long as it's not sand, coral reefs will grow around it, from what I heard. And some scuba divers went down there to go search the area, and they found some coral reefs shaped exactly like chariot wheels or pieces and parts of the chariot themselves. And a lot of people say, oh, this is coincidence, but those coral reefs that are shaped like that, there's no other coral reefs in the area except that one mined area. Some scuba divers found that. So that's proof number one. Proof number two. Many people probably already heard, well, most likely heard, of the story of Noah, Noah's Ark. Um, sorry, my friend's staring at me and I'm getting anxiety. I, he's jumping. Okay, continue. Noah's Ark. Mm? Took a long time to build it, all that stuff, and as usual, 40 days, 40 nights. I believe so. Tell me if I'm wrong. Listen, I'm not into the Bible that much. I need to. Please, I need to. I need to. Um, but yeah, God flooded the earth, and Noah was in the ark with all the animals and his family. And when this happened, um, a lot of people won't. A lot of people won't agree with this, but all right, let's talk about the Grand Canyon. The Grand Canyon is said to have formed from a river. Long time, over time. He keeps staring at me. Said to form over a long time. That's the scientific way. Another way that we believe that the Grand Canyon got there is because of the flood that God put on Earth, and that's what shaped, moved everything around, formed the Grand Canyon, formed mountains, and formed all that stuff instead of it being over billions of years. Here's something. Here's something to think about. If it did form over that big amount of time, don't you think we, us as humans, would have, had better technology by now? Honestly, let's just think about it. I think we would have. I mean, sure, we got this, we got internet, all that stuff, but don't you think we would be more advanced by now? Um, I mean, stuff is still coming out. That's what I think, though. But continuing, that Grand Canyon part, that's just, another thing we think. The flood caused that Grand Canyon to end up like that, and then a whole bunch of other mountains and other possible landscapes. But after after the flood ended, obviously the ark had to come back down to the ground at some point. And back to the thing about wood, you know, eroding away. Same thing would happen with the ark at some point. And that, yeah, the ark obviously isn't there anymore. Though there is a spot somewhere out there. I don't remember where. I'll try and get the link. I'll try to do my research and go back and find it. But out there, there is a huge. Sorry. um, that's my boyfriend back there. Um, there is a huge imprint of where the ark used to be at. And people say, "Oh, coincidence, coincidence. Oh, this big coincidence. It's famous." No, make it there. The imprint is the same exact measurements as it said the ark was in the Bible. Do you think that's coincidence? I can't change your opinion. I'm only the messenger. Another proof number 3. Burial cloth of Jesus Christ was said to be found by somebody. And a lot of people will be like, hey, how does this make sense? Somebody around that artwork and mm, I'm just finding the proofs I can. Because yeah. But the burial cloth, it had stained blood on it of from where Jesus got whipped and lashed by those whips with, thorns on it. Painful. It it's honestly sad to think about, but he loved us so much that he did that for us. And it's actually crazy to think about sometimes. But the cloth, it since of all the blood stains, it it showed his body shape, it showed his face, well, imprint of his face, and we don't know how it was when he came back to life, but he probably radiated like the sun. I don't know what I'm saying, but it left some sort of burnt thing on the cloth. I don't know. Maybe don't listen to everything I'm saying. I will just try and get the links, description, and go on. Let me think if I. See, that's proof number 3. I'm trying to think of another one. I know there's another one with finding some scrolls. I don't know about those scrolls yet. Because, like I said, I haven't read the whole Bible. I need to do that. Please pray for me, and I need to pray for encouragement. So get on with it, because I am lazy. But I'm gonna go back to my story now that I said those 4 proofs, unless I can think of any others that I've forgotten. Oh, wait, yeah, there are some that I forgot. It's somewhere in Genesis. Somewhere in Genesis. I can't remember. But there was this family running away from this town that was full of sinful people. So God had to deal with it. The family ran, and they were ordered not to look back. Just keep going and don't look back. There's a good lesson out of this, because the story's technically telling us, even though it's like in the literal moment, but when we accept Christ and become new, choose a new life, we're made new, don't turn back. Don't grieve over, well, I know, don't grieve over your past life, because that past life probably caused you a lot of pain, a lot of shame, guilt. So keep moving forward and trust God to lead your path. But back to what I was saying, when this family was running, the wife of the family turned around and looked back as the town was being destroyed, set on fire and blown up and all that stuff. Yeah, she looked back and she turned into a pillared, gosh, um, a, a pillar of salt. Now, back then, since the Earth was probably supposedly more rich in oxygen, all the good stuff, us humans actually were not. You know, the size, typical size today, probably being 6 foot, 5 foot, 6 foot. Yeah, that's being our typical size today. Back then, though, humans were probably giants. There's actually been a couple of, you know, things right here and there that people have found very, very large human skeletons. So we were big back then. But since, the environment's gotten, we degraded over time and now we are short. So yeah, I love being a midget. Um, so self-conscious that they're both looking at. Oh no, wait, my boyfriend says guys. I don't know, it's my friend's good. But since people used to be so tall back then, today people claim they found the pillar of salt. It's made of salt, pure salt. Um, yeah, tall pillar made of pure salt. So that is guessed to be the wife. But then not only that, um, when God attacked this sinful city, he used sulfur to burn it down. And when people went back there, they found sulfur balls all over the place. They found sulfur all over the place in that one area. Nowhere else, just that area. The sulfur is very volatile and stuff. That's it. Hopefully, those are the only other two proofs that I forgot about. Back to my story. Again, when my dad told me these things, my doubt was eliminated. I knew, I know he's real, and I know he's working. He never stops working. Even if you don't see it, even if you don't feel it, even if you don't hear it, he's always working. And I'll admit now, in the spot I'm at, I don't I don't see, hear, or feel any changes or proofs that he's working as of now. Though he always is, even if I don't think he is. And that's okay. Maybe I'm feeling horrible right now because he's testing me. And I will take the test well. So, without problem eliminated, though, next problem now that I am currently dealing with, questioning my faith in salvation. Is my faith genuine? Is my faith real is my salvation true? I I question my salvation a lot. Of like, if I died right now, where would I go? That's a common thought that comes to my head. Shouldn't though, because I know where I'm going, and I shouldn't be afraid. And then the other thing that bothers me dearly right now, since ever since the doubt thing has been solved, I became like this little kid that got the best birthday present ever. And I started coming to all my friends on VRChat and sharing the gospel, sharing his word, sharing the good news, because I want others to know, and I want others to feel the same way I feel, because I feel at that time I felt so much joy, so much peace. I felt amazing, and I just want the same for others. But as of now, as I'm trying to continue that, yesterday was Friday, today's Saturday. On Friday, I'm usually supposed to have these talk things. Well, you can put it in sermon quotation marks. Just with my friends, though. You know, in a closed-in group where I feel comfortable. Um, my first one was on a Tuesday when I had my doubt fixed, and I will tell you, man, I am not used to speaking in front of crowds, even if it's virtual. I'm scared, especially since I was talking about my faith. I had a lot of worries of being judged, so I had to push it off. I will admit, the entire time I was shaking. My my teeth were chattering, and I was trying to keep my teeth from clinking together. I was sweating. I was doing all of that stuff. I was scared. I was really scared. But at the same time, I was excited. So I had to get the word out. So I shared the gospel on that random Tuesday. Then the next Friday, I what did I do the next Friday? Yeah, and I came up with this idea to do these things every Friday. First one, it went relatively well. I don't remember what I talked about, and I should, though I didn't, though I don't. I do have them saved as unlisted videos on my channel that I will not be sharing to the public unless I'm clipping down pieces and parts of it, like I did with those other three shorts that I'm sure some have seen by now. Uh, but that's about it. First one went relatively well, though I I was probably trying too hard. I don't know if that's the thing, trying too hard, but I wanted to really help. I wanted to eliminate any of the doubts anybody else had it. Had my grammar. So, me being inexperienced, not having read the whole Bible, just know simple stories of it, not the whole thing, I told anyone, if you have questions, please ask me, and I'll try at the best of my ability to answer them. And that's what happened. I got bombarded by so many questions, so many. And I wanted to answer them. I wanted to answer them all. I really did. I really, really did. I couldn't, though. It wasn't in my power. I couldn't do anything about it. I got overwhelmed. I got scared, so I ended the Friday thing and I went over to another spot in the VR chat world to talk to one of my best friends that I have from school. I I talked to her. I talked about how strong my faith is now and how I share it with others really bad and how I want them to accept it, even though I know I can't force people. I won't force people. I want it to be by their will, their choice, so then it's true and genuine. And I know either that won't happen at all or it takes time. And both are painful to think about when it comes to my stance. But I just had to get over it. But at that moment, with my best friend, I I broke down in front of her. I uh I don't know. People might find this weird. Crying with your VR on, or uh, I don't know. But I was really feeling down. She simply supported me in that moment. Reminded me that not everyone will want this. Either not everyone will want this, or they're not ready yet. And the future is a mystery to me, and I always wonder and worry about it. Though I know I shouldn't. It's just a thing I can't help. And I just gotta get. Sorry. Someone's walking over here. What?
You're almost done.
What?
You're almost done.
I don't know.
Am I allowed to stand by or no?
I'm still gonna be talking, so no.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just kind of making sure everyone's away right now so I can just get out what I want to get out. Because I feel the need to. And I'm hoping that I could possibly reach others that have similar problems as me. So then we can work through this together. But yeah, where was I at? What was I talking about? Ah, yeah, that. Breaking down in front of my friend after that Friday thing. She reminded me of those two things, and I just had to accept that. But keep doing what I'm doing now, because even if it takes a while, maybe I am helping others over time, helping people slowly, and that's all I could ever want. That's all I can wish for. Well, one of the things. What I truly wish for is to be with my savior. But all that matters is I did the Friday thing. I did what I could. I did it. I did God. I did God's will, and that's all that matters. I did what He wanted, and I'm sure I made Him happy. That's all that matters. I shouldn't worry about anything else. Any problems I have, I should just bring to him and hope and pray that he deals with it. And he has for so many other, like, those insecurities I had. He's gotten rid of those. I see myself in a sorry, it's under my throat, in a better light. The next Friday, I was in a nice Terracotta Valley world, the Terracotta Valley world, and I did my thing there. All was well. Um, I'm not gonna get into too many things. Maybe I will another day, but that one has it had it get, that one had its ups and downs. Then the next one, I believe this was the next one. I think so. I went to a stage world. I believe it was just called Front Stage. Tell me wrong. I remember that day I was talking about anxiety, and then such a coincidence, quotation marks, right? Yeah, I'm up there and I'm trying to talk, and I gave into anxiety. I kept stuttering over my words. I kept messing up reading. I kept messing up trying to talk. I was questioning what I was saying. And then at some point, I'm like, guys, I need to step away for a moment. I was panicking. I shouldn't have let that overcome me, but I shouldn't have let that come over me and control me, but I canceled it that day after that happened. I got comforted, but yeah, I don't know what happened that day. And then the most recent Friday I did, that was not this last Friday, the one before that, is the 3 clips I've done clipped for those 3 shorts. My friends are waiting. Friend and boyfriend is waiting for me to come over to them, so I might just bring this to an end and try and make these shorter. I just need to get out what I want to get out, so I guess I'll bring this to a close now, though I'll end it off with this by sharing the gospel. What is the gospel? Jesus Christ died on that cross for us, so we don't have to, sorry, I am, see, this one time I'm getting scared now. The gospel, Jesus Christ went up on a cross to die for our sins because we cannot handle it ourselves. We cannot earn our way to heaven. There's no way we can. So he did that so we can live with him. And as long as we live in him, through him, we are spotless lambs. And he will always look after his sheep. He loved us so much that he died on that cross. 6 painful hours of torture. It's horrible to think about. He did that for us. Now many may question, why was that needed? Why did he do that? Not everything will be in our understanding, though we just gotta trust it. And at some point, we'll learn the reason why. We just gotta be patient with it. Patience is a great virtue. And something I greatly still need. But I'll work on it. So, let me pray with you today. So I bring this to an end. I'm probably gonna have to chop this up into a bunch of shorts, because to be honest, putting this all in one raw video, or long video, would probably not be the best. But hey, we chill. Lord, I ask anyone who may be watching this, even if it's not many, I pray you watch after them and protect them from anything that may come at them through this world. Bring them peace and joy to every day, and let us thank you. And thank you for every day you let us wake up, because not every day is guaranteed. I thank you for all the blessings you've put in our lives, letting us live today. We may have things in life that frustrate us, get, put us in pain, and make us feel shameful, or as if we don't belong. We always belong in your eyes, and you invite us all, no matter the background. We are never far too gone, and you're patiently waiting for us to come to you any day now. So I thank you for that. Please help us to get through any problems we may have, because it may be dragging us down dearly. Let us worship you every day. And in your Son's name, in Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Love you guys. I'ma go now. Where's my hand at? Oh man, I can't do the thing. Okay, not gonna lie, I kinda just cringed. Whoops. Hi.
Hello.